Language. To be able to speak 2, 3, or even 4 languages is a good accomplishment. Some of you leave your teacher rather envious and a little uneasy as you babble away to each other in some tongue which came into being in the fjords of cold north, or has developed from a blend of ancient tongues like some subtle tea under a scorching sun. You are using a heritage which has been passed down to you from your ancestors, or which you have borrowed from the land of your adoption. In either case, the language has been molded, embroidered, enriched, or degraded and debased by generations of speakers. You have to decide which part of your heritage you wish to claim, what your style will be. Are you going to study diligently and strive for perfection and acquire the language which great writers have forged? Or are you going to go for it, be cool, and learn to punctuate your sentences when stuck with the translation of merde? The recipe some people advocate when learning a new language is to abandon your mother tongue, at least for a period, and immerse yourself in the new one. Others say, continue to read deeply in your own language and you will feel the need to bring your new one up to standard. I advocate the second recipe. I have seen children arrive in Switzerland at the age of 16, speaking perhaps Farsi. They learn French fairly quickly, to about the level of a 6-year-old, and then embark on English. At first the going is easy, but French and English are difficult languages to write, and maturing in either of these is a slow process. I remember the feeling of inner frustration when an Iranian boy suffered in Alpina when he was trying to explain his problems of college application to me. His powers of expression had just not kept pace with his growing up. He reminded me a little of myself when I arrived in England at the age of 11. My main linguistic preparation for this experience was Alice in Wonderland. We had read this remarkable book with a teacher in Basel, but falling down a rabbit hole with a little Victorian girl and meeting a Mad Hatter and a Dormouse had not exactly prepared me for the circle of boys with bare knees and short trousers in a rather dreary English town, who were teasing me in my pronunciation. It is not true there is no tooth in it, they chanted. Curiouser and curiouser, Alice would have said. I grew to love England during the war years, but still remained a little the foreigner. Although my father always insisted on our speaking English with him, we reverted to the Basel dialect in the presence of my stepmother. When I finally managed to reach my hometown again after a 7-year absence, and spoke my old language in the shops and the streets, I was often referred to as that English chap who really speaks the Basel dialect quite well, considering. I know that Swiss German does not sound exactly beautiful to the uninitiated. Not a language, but rather a throat disease, is the comment often made. But to me, it is rather fine. That is, if spoken in a way the old Basel family speak it. I had a great aunt by marriage, who came from one of the intellectual Basel families. She was a good linguist, and spoke French, English, Italian, and of course German fluently, but her accent was not her strong point, and from a distance her languages sounded like Baselditch. Buongiorno, come sta lei? Bonjour, come allez-vous? Good morning, how are you? Guten Tag, wie geht's Ihnen? Then I had another aunt, who was not satisfied with her Baselditch.